Welcome back, Lexurious Fleet. In today's news, we'll cover the most outrageous Subaru STi ever built. Mitsubishi finally unveils a 2022 Eclipse Cross after teasing it a million times. And we're already getting third generation renders of the Acura/Honda NSX. And they look incredible. Over at the Subaru media page, Subaru reveals Wildest STi EVER Travis Pastrana's Gymkhana STi. Now, there are no exact specifications for this, but we'll give it a shot here in a second after we look through the pics. Love the gold wheels. It's very traditional STi. Obviously, those are not factory wheels though. This thing looks like a black dragon. It's probably the best way to put it. You see the exhaust coming out the front hood. I mean, the whole vehicle is carbon fiber, which is just incredible. Subaru built this with Vermont Sports Car. So they got some external experts involved. Of course, it's a boxer engine. Good shot of the cage here on the side with the ridiculous Batmobile wing. I mean, Batman could probably ride in this vehicle. And looking at the rear, my goodness, it is just insane. Is this some sort of radiator back here? Almost looks like it. Now, if we go over to Car and Driver, they have some additional information on previous Gymkhana vehicles. We've had a couple custom STIs previously with Ken Block. And now he had an 06 WRX XTi, and that was done with Crawford Performance. That had 530 horsepower and about the same amount of torque. And then in the second Gymkhana, Ken Block drove an 09 STi hatchback with 566 horsepower and 611 pound-feet of torque. I would expect it to have somewhere in the upper fives. Maybe 600 if they really wanted it to, but I mean, obviously 500 plus horsepower is enough for Gymkhana. But guys, definitely smash the like button for this incredible Gymkhana STi, and we need to keep moving. Mitsubishi Motors unveils new styling on 2022 Eclipse Cross. Okay, now there's a huge article right up here, but really the most important information that I found is that they've tuned the suspension in the front and beefed up the rear suspension shock absorbers. But that's really about it on the driving aspects. Engine is going to be the same here in the States, because if we look at the top, there will be a plug-in hybrid variant of the vehicle available in select markets. There are no plans at this time to add the PHEV model in the United States. It's just a bummer because the Outlander is getting the upgraded hybrid. It looks like Australia is getting the plug-in hybrid in other markets as well. I would expect Europe to. The 2.4 liter, the upgraded plug-in hybrid that is coming on the 2021 Outlander, or 2022, whatever, the one that's coming out next year here in the States is going to match the European specs. So it's a 2.4 liter, 205 horsepower, about 30 miles of plug-in range, which is a nice step up from the current model. The current engine is a 1.6 turbo at 152 horsepower. That is going to be the only engine we get here in the United States. Kind of a bummer. And of course, that's made it to a CVT. Now they say the new Eclipse Cross will first launch in Australia and New Zealand in November, and the United States in the first quarter of 2021. Okay, so it's coming soon to theaters near you. And we look at the front styling. Here's the outgoing model, and here's the new model. Now, obviously the headlights are probably the biggest thing for you guys to take notice in. These look like the daytime running lights. These big lights down here, to me, they look like the nighttime lights, but I don't know. I don't have this vehicle in hand for me to test. Now, the grille, I actually prefer the chrome grille. Guys, I know. Kirk preferring chrome. I think it just looks better. It flows better with the headlights on the outgoing model, but they still have this boomerang-like design that has not gone on anywhere. And then at the bottom, they have added some body-colored pieces here. If we zoom out to reveal the entire vehicle, now this is a higher trimmed model, you can see the body colored panels at the bottom, which I think looks really good. Instead of the plastic and the chrome, the black plastic, I should say, and the chrome on the sides. I'm not a big fan of that, but I really like this color matched body moldings here at the bottom of the vehicle. Now, the back has been revised quite heavily. Before we had this large beam that went across for the rear lights / deflectors. They cleaned it up so you have better visibility out the rear hatch now, which is, it's not nearly as aggressive and unique as the outgoing one, I should say, but it's more practical. And I think people will appreciate that they'll give a little bit of styling and uniqueness for practicality and safety, because now you can actually see out the rear window. Now for the interior, this is obviously a right-hand drive model. This is the Australian market. Do I see some dirtiness on the door? Do you guys see that? Come on. Come on, Mitsubishi, seriously? You're going to have an imperfect model for your press release? I don't even know what to say right now, but it doesn't surprise me. So we get some nice leather seats in here. Obviously this would be for a high-end spec, and that screen looks super cheap, super 2005, but hey, you know, maybe it keeps the cost down in this vehicle. It's got some heated seat buttons down here. You can see this would be for your parking sensors. If we zoom in on the steering wheel, we got radar cruise control on there. That's always nice. Now there's additional buttons here for possibly some additional safety features, maybe lane keep assist. Guys, this model even has a heated steering wheel. Holy cow, that's pretty impressive. So what do you guys think? Do you like the design changes for the Eclipse Cross? I think overall it's a better looking vehicle, especially with the color matched body, side panels, things like that. But no plug-in hybrid in America, no plans on it coming here at all. It's kind of a bummer, because I feel like that's an area that not a lot of manufacturers are offering plug-in hybrids, and if they can offer as many plug-in hybrids in addition to the Outlander PHEV, I think it would be a wise thing for them. But yeah, moving forward, this thing's pretty darn exciting. Now over at Spider 7 Scoop site, they seem to think that a third generation NSX is on the way. No, I don't think there's going to be a third generation NSX anytime soon. But they're saying they're going to take a stab at the next generation design, which looks a hell of a lot better than the current generation. Let's flip through the pictures together and just look at this gorgeous creation. Now they say these headlights mimic the pop-up headlights of the first generation. But what happens is this is like a translucent dimmable paint or material. So when the headlights come on, it shines through the body. It's kind of cool, looks pretty badass to me. The rear looks pretty simple, pretty clean. What do you think? Do you like these renderings of a next generation, I should say a third generation NSX, or do you like the current one more? They're saying this model wouldn't have electrification in it. Obviously it would have electrification because that's in the current generation. They wouldn't remove it for a third generation. Looking from the top, man, that looks pretty sleek to me. I don't know, guys. I think this looks a lot better than the current generation. And lastly, I know it's not Japanese or Korean auto news, but it kind of ties into a lot of things we've been talking about lately. So over at Inside EVs, BMW is recalling over 26,000 plug-in hybrids due to impurities in battery production. So today we've talked about the Eclipse Cross plug-in hybrid not getting in America. As a result, we've talked about the Outlander plug-in hybrid. Yesterday we talked about how the Kona EV has been recalled, like 70,000 units have been recalled on the Kona EV. And now we get more battery recalls. So these affect a ton of different plug-in hybrids for BMW. And they say that they have two battery suppliers, CATL and Samsung SDI. They're not calling out which one of these manufacturers is at fault. I'm going to say it's Samsung, because all those Kona EVs that just got recalled had Samsung batteries in it. You know, CATL could definitely make crappy batteries. There's no doubt about it, but crazy. What do you guys think about that? As we put more and more batteries into vehicles, doesn't mean they're going to be more reliable. When on paper, there's less moving parts, etc. There's less things to go wrong, but man, if you mess up the battery chemistry, or it's not sealed properly, or they just malfunction at certain temperatures, I mean, we're entering a new ball game of things to go wrong in vehicles, especially when you combine it with electrification on top of internal combustion. Add turbos onto that too, which we see on a lot of upcoming plug-in hybrids, turbocharged gasoline engines with battery packs and electric motors. A lot going on in vehicles, more than ever before. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, that's all the news I have for you today. Press the like button if you enjoyed the content today. Subscribe if you're not. That'll help me. Love to get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And stay tuned for my review of the Hyundai Sonata. I'm having a good time with it. It's a really well-equipped version. It's the limited model, and it's pretty nice. So I'll see you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and peace out.